Welcome to the My College Navigation Hub special educational series on financing college. This 5-part series is provided free for you in hopes that we can help more people achieve their dreams of going to college. Be sure to check out our blog and the other benefits in our free resource section, and know that there's a whole lot more available to you should you decide to join and become a member, giving you full access to the premium resource section. From information and worksheets on a wide variety of topics to our community forum where you can engage with other users experiencing the same journey, or access to our premium members only podcast. My College Navigation Hub is here to help you and your student achieve the dream of attending college. So let's begin, shall we? Today we are going to start with the biggest question people have about this topic. So how can we save enough money to send our kid to college? Simple. Or not. Let's dig in. Research shows that students with a college savings account may be 7 times more likely to attend college. 7 times! That's a pretty amazing statistic. Saving for college also opens doors by providing students with greater opportunities for education and more choices when it comes to selecting a school. Remember, every dollar saved towards a college education is a dollar your family won't have to borrow and repay with interest later on. Numerous surveys and studies have been published describing how parents prepare for future college costs. You probably don't need a survey to tell you what you already know. Kids grow up way too fast, and college is here before we know it. College is expensive and getting more expensive every year. The time to start saving and planning is now, or maybe yesterday, but we'll settle for now. Next to your own retirement planning and buying your home, your child's college tuition could be one of the largest expenditures you ever make. If you have more than one child, the financial commitment is simply that much more. You aren't alone, however. The financial challenge in front of you is shared by millions. We all know that saving money is a good idea. It allows us to pay for those large expenses and more accurately plan for future purchases. And if you're a parent or guardian, you're constantly aware of the need to set money aside specifically for college. We all know sometimes that can be easier said than done. So to provide incentive, let's look at just how powerful an impact saving for college can have on your future finances. Take a look at this chart. Each group of bars represents saving a certain amount per month in a college savings account. Each color represents your child's year in school during which you start saving. Immediately, you can see the significant amount of money you can build up over the course of several years by consistently saving. For example, if you start saving just $50 every month while your child is in kindergarten, you'll have $12,667 by the time your child goes to college, based on a 7% rate of return. If you are able to double that monthly investment to $100, you'll have $25,333 when they go to college, a sum that will certainly help pay for a significant amount of college costs. What happens if you don't save for college? You won't have money set aside for college costs when your family receives a college bill. As a result, you may need to borrow money to pay for college with interest, but we will talk more about that later on. Let's start by discussing a few strategies for managing your finances. 1. Cover expenses. To begin with, make sure you're living within your means. Get rid of monthly memberships that you don't use, avoid unnecessary purchases, and buy less expensive items to get yourself in the black every month if you're not already there. Some people simply quit that daily trip to their favorite coffee shop and brew at home instead. 2. Keep up with your current payments. If you have any kind of debt, school loans, a mortgage, a car payment, an outstanding credit card balance, or anything else, make a plan to cover those payments every month. 3. Save up at least a 6-month emergency fund. Anything can happen at any time to the very best people, so make sure you have enough money set aside to cover 6 months of living expenses or more if you suddenly lose your main source of income. 4. Take every advantage of retirement matching available to you. Many workplaces offer percentage match for employees setting aside pre-tax dollars into a retirement account. Make sure to save enough to earn the full match offered by your employer. This is free money given to you on a regular basis to help you save for the future, so you don't want to miss out. Even though this isn't about college savings, it can certainly help after you've gone through those lean years of paying for college. Now it's time to really start working with the numbers on college savings. Determine the future cost of school. The College Board has a good calculator to figure the future cost of college when your child is ready. Use it to get a general idea of how much you'll need to save. Number 5. Based on the amount of money you have remaining after taking care of steps 1 through 4, work to identify an amount you can set aside each month into a college savings plan. Compare those totals with the costs you calculated in step 5 to see how close you can come to saving for college total cost. Number 6. Think about other resources. Will other family members, such as grandparents, aunts, or uncles, be helping with your child's college costs? Will your child participate in saving money for those expenses? Keep that in mind as you determine how much you'll want to save. 7. Anticipate future increases in your income. Remember that you are likely to receive wage increases over time, which means you can likely increase your monthly college savings contribution. It's always a good idea to reevaluate the figure annually. 8. Finalize and commit to your monthly savings amount for both your retirement and your children's college. After completing steps 1 through 8, decide on the amount you're going to start setting aside monthly. Don't forget, you can always change that amount anytime along the journey. And number 9, open your account and start saving. There are many different ways to do so, but a 529 college savings plan is a good place to start. These plans offer some wonderful tax benefits and provide a lot of flexibility. So what is a 529 plan? A 529 plan is an education savings plan operated by a state or educational institution designed to help families set aside funds for future college costs. It is named after Section 529 of the Internal Revenue Code, which created these types of savings plans in 1996. One big question people have is about the flexibility of these plans. It's important to understand that state plans are okay to use for out-of-state colleges. A 529 plan can be used to meet costs of qualified colleges nationwide. In most plans, your choice of school is not affected by the state your 529 savings plan is from. You can be a Colorado resident, invest in an Ohio plan, and then even send your student to college in Texas. Benefits of a 529 plan. Number 1, 529 plans offer amazing tax breaks. Although contributions are not deductible, much like a Roth IRA, earnings in a 529 plan grow federal tax-free and will not be taxed when the money is taken out to pay for college. Number 2, your own state may offer additional tax breaks as well. More than 30 states currently offer a full or partial tax deduction or credit for 529 plan contributions. You can generally claim state tax benefits each time you contribute to your plan. It's a smart idea to keep making deposits until you've paid your last tuition bill. Number 3, you, as the donor, stay in control of the account. With few exceptions, the named beneficiary has no legal rights to the funds, so you can assure the money will be used for its intended purpose. This means that the money can only be spent the way you intended it to, not on a cruise around the world or renovations for the house. Number 4, these plans are low maintenance. A 529 plan is a very easy, very hands-off way to save for college. Talk to your financial advisor about the various options available to you. Most plans allow you to set it and forget it with automatic investments that link to your bank account or even include payroll deduction plans. And number 5, everyone is eligible to take advantage of a 529 plan. Unlike Roth IRAs and Coverdell education savings accounts, 529 plans have no income limits, age limits, or annual contribution limits. Please note there are lifetime contribution limits, which vary by plan, ranging from $235,000 to $500,000. As valuable as the 529 plan can be, it is important not to fall into some common pitfalls. Here are 4 mistakes to avoid making. Number 1, not saving early enough. The earlier you start depositing money into a 529 college savings plan, the more time their money has to grow. Thinking back to our chart, if a family started saving $100 per month in a 529 education savings plan starting when the student is in kindergarten, they would save over $25,000 to be used for the student's college education. Now, compare that to borrowing $25,000 for a 10-year term under a standard federal student loan repayment plan. It would cost more than $12,000 at the current unsubsidized direct loan rate of 6.8%. The monthly payment would be more than $350. That $100 seems like an easy choice compared to over $350. Number 2, taking a loan on your 401k to pay for your child's education. Sometimes people borrow money against the assets in their 401k plans to fund their child's education. Depending on the rules of your 401k plan, taking out a loan against it may actually disqualify you from company matching funds. The cost in this scenario is much more than the loss of those 401k investments. It also includes the loss of matched dollar contributions. This could be huge. The other issue is that you could also have to repay your loan within 60 days of a layoff or leaving for the company for other reasons. The outstanding loan balance could be considered income if not repaid within 60 days and could affect your expected family contribution, the number used by schools to determine your eligibility for need-based financial aid in the following year, not to mention the tax liability on that income. Number 3, failing to qualify for tax credits because of 529 distributions. The Internal Revenue Service prohibits individuals from utilizing 2 tax benefits for education on the same education expense. Thus, using tax-protected 529 earnings to pay for their students' first semester of college could disqualify them for the American Opportunity Credit. As of 2017, this credit is worth up to $2,500 of the cost of tuition, fees, and course materials paid during the taxable year. Also, 40% of the credit, up to $1,000, is refundable. This means you can get it even if you owe no tax. This is not something you want to miss out on. To avoid the possibility of eligible families losing part of the American Opportunity Credit, don't tap 529 plans until after paying the first $4,000 in qualified education expenses, such as tuition and textbooks. Each credit has their own restrictions for income, so please consider checking with your own tax advisor to understand the opportunities that may exist for you. And number 4, stopping 529 plan deposits once your student enrolls in college. Parents do not have to stop putting money in 529 college savings plans once their student steps on campus to start their freshman year. You can continue to earn tax-free money while your child is in college that can be used for education expenses in future semesters. The rules differ state by state, so once again, this is an important thing to discuss with your tax advisor. So what to do if it's time for college and there's nothing saved? What do you do if the time has arrived and you haven't saved anything? Although this isn't a particularly positive place to be, it doesn't mean that the reality of a college education isn't possible for you or your student. Number 1, do your homework. Talk to parents and other people in your community to see what best advice you can receive from them about navigating the college financial dilemma. Whether it's scholarships you might be able to apply for or simply learning some valuable tricks to navigate the process, advice from those who have weathered that storm can go a long way. Number 2, diversify your options. The reality is that this may mean you look at other options beyond just a few top choices. Apply to as many schools and programs as possible. Look at those institutions that might not be as popular. In short, widen your opportunity by increasing your chances for receiving the best aid package possible. Number 3, look at community colleges. Connected to diversifying your options, it is very possible to knock out core requirements and lower-level coursework at a community college and then transfer to that larger four-year institution. Most times, the tuition at a community college is substantially lower than that of a four-year institution. Why not consider taking care of those basic class requirements there? Very few employers or graduate admissions counselors are too concerned about where you began your college journey. It's what you do with it and where you end that matters. Number 4, consider a gap year. There is no rule that says you have to go to college immediately upon graduation from high school. In fact, some students benefit developmentally from waiting a year. During this year, the student should get a well-paying job and save up as much as possible. Related to this concept, consider the opportunities, including financial opportunities for college, of serving in the military. And number 5, finally, there's always the option of debt. Although it isn't an ideal situation, carefully managed debt in the form of student loans is always an option for both students and their parents. It is important, however, to not take on too much debt. Consider what occupation the student is entering and what reasonably they can handle for debt given their starting salaries. If you have multiple children, you need to consider how much debt you can take on for each. No matter your plan, it is worth the time, energy, and sacrifice and pure diligence to save for college. How people do that and are able to do that varies greatly. The investment will pay off multiple times over. As always, having a strong understanding of your options and how you will utilize those options is vital to your long-term financial health. Join us for the remaining programs in the series. You will receive access to the next program in my College Navigation Hub series every few days. Simply watch your email for the announcement that you have access to the next program. These include Financial Aid 101, Scholarships 101, and Navigating the FAFSA. We've talked about the costs and how to save. These next programs will discuss how to navigate the process of financial assistance, including potential scholarships. We hope you will join us back here at My College Navigation Hub as we dive deeper into the financial reality of going to college.